Hey everybody, Nick Blazer here. Just wanted to do a quick video tutorial on how you can submit your matches from tournaments individually for a BMAB rating. I think everyone's aware that there is BMAB, well, not everyone, but anyone interested in this is aware that BMAB tournaments are going around the world, and they know that people can get experience points that way. But I hopped on the BMAB site here, which is bgmastersab.com, and sorted all of the ratings by experience points. And you can see that a lot of people have crazy high numbers of experience points of matches submitted that I don't think there'd be any way to get this many experience points just from BMAB tournaments. Usually experience points, by the way, if you play a 7 point match and submit it, that's 7 experience points. So your typical BMAB match, such as last Chicago, we played 5 9 pointers for 45 total experience points. So it's tough to get there just through these alone. So basically, anyone with this many experience points, I get on this list somewhere in here. Oh, there I am. Yeah. Um, we're all doing this through individual applications. I've had this as well. And so what you can do is you reach out to BMAB, to Dmitry Obakov or Bernard Meyer directly by email, and you register for 1 year or 150 experience points. Different rates on each of those. I think it's €50 for a year and €30 for 150 experience points. You let them know what your first tournament that you're going to play is going to be and the details, all that, for your first submission, and they'll get you all set up on the site, and you're good to go. And I'll explain everything they're going to be expecting from you once you do that as well. But so there's a registration in advance, and we're going to get on the website somewhere here these rules that I helped them write up or something like it. But we'll come back to that for reference, and you can get from this video to somewhere on their site. They'll have this in written language too for your reference, so you know who to email, where that email address is, things like that. Um, yeah, but so the gist of it is you get registered there, and then you get 150 experience points to play with, or 1 year. And whenever you would like to play a tournament that qualifies, you'll notify them in advance and submit all your results. So tournaments that qualify are generally going to be, it has to be at least 7 point matches or longer, and they require clock setup of some sort. There can be some flexibility there, but of course the standard 2 minutes per point and 12-second delay is what we're looking for. Um, and that's about it. There should be random draws, so you don't get to like cherry pick your opponents. And they generally like that the tournaments be, higher profile ones where they can verify the matches you played and make sure that everything you're declaring is actually coming in, things like that as well. Um, and so those are the requirements of the tournament. If you're not sure if it would qualify or not, of course, it's nice to make them work, but just message them beforehand and they'll let you know if there's any problems with it. Once you've declared that you're going to submit your matches for any given tournament, then you're going to be required to record all those matches and send transcription files in. That's going to be the expectation, no changing your mind afterward on that. And that's, of course, to make sure that everyone's getting like fair and full sets, not cherry picked matches again. That you don't decide, I feel like I didn't play that well, I don't want to submit this one, anything like that, or removing, only sending your good matches and not your bad ones. But so declaring for a tournament, you don't necessarily have to declare all the events that you intend to play, but any that you want to submit, you have to declare it in advance. And so at the Chicago Open this past weekend, all I played was BMAB. I played a speed gammon tournament that wouldn't qualify anyway, or I don't know. It's interesting. Maybe they would let that fly if you really wanted to push for it, but it's probably bad for your PNR anyway. But I did play a juniors tournament that qualified, so I had to message in advance about that one and submit my matches from that tournament. And so as long as I let them know in advance and then record all those matches and submit public videos for those as well as XG transcription files. Those will be counted towards my BMAB profile once BMAB gets a chance to process those. Um, because I declared the juniors tournament, of course, that I do have to submit those. So yeah, I can't change my mind afterward, or if just anything like that, they have to come in. Um, you do, there's some risk when you're recording all your matches for a tournament that something might go wrong with the video file. If that occurs, then just let BMAB know and try to make a note in your video of what occurred. Typically, the case is going to be you forget to start the camera or it turns off at some point and you lose some number of games. They will often still accept partial transcriptions or transcriptions of whatever you do capture, depending on the circumstances. If it's happening every time, probably not. But I mean, these accidents happen, so once in a while is okay. But it's really important to try to note in your video with like hold a piece of paper up to the camera saying you lost some games, or just explain that onto the microphone on the camera if you want to do that, so they can get the information that way, and let them know in advance right away too. Um, but yeah, otherwise, the only key to the videos is that you get the full match on there and that you publish them somewhere where BMAB and ideally anyone that feels like verifying too can go look at the match and confirm that you played it, that the moves happened, that there's nothing in there. So these videos need to be unedited as well. You shouldn't like have freeze frames and analysis and explanation and things like that in the BMAP submission videos. You can of course make another video after the fact with that. Um, but that's it too. Of course, it's nice to have scoreboards and clocks and all these things. The main thing really is just having the actual board and the moves happening in the frame. But yeah, so this is why I originally created my YouTube channel, is just to upload all my BMAB submission videos, and then you can just get a shareable link that you send to BMAB afterward, so that they can go check the video if they need to, if anything's up. But that's it. You send over links to all the videos you played that you're submitting. You send over transcription files for each. They expect those to come in within 2 weeks. If you're going to take more time than that, then you can ask for an extension or something like this as well. Um, and they'll generally let you know when your profile is updated, I think, too. And you'll see, your experience points and your last 300 PR change accordingly. There's plenty of other details and reasons to submit your matches to BMAB and things like that that I could talk about, but I just really want to try to clarify that individual application process, because I don't think it hasn't been listed publicly anywhere how you get into this and how you do it. Um, but of course, there's no level requirements or any particular title you need to do that. It's a cool thing that if you want to organize all your results and post somewhere like, here's what I'm actually playing at tournaments, and kind of hold yourself accountable that way, you can do that on this site. And anyone can jump in and do that. And tournament directors can make their tournaments conducive to doing this as well at like the local club level if you gotta want to get more people submitting that way. And it's pretty affordable. Just a couple volunteers basically doing this for not a whole lot of resources. So your yearly fees go to a good cause there. But yeah, if you're interested in this, hopefully this makes it a little easier to pull off. Thanks everybody. See you soon.